Hello dear friends, welcome back to another episode on academic typesetting using LaTeX. Today we will familiarize with an important construct in LaTeX, that is tables. Tables are common feature in academic writing. It is often used to summarize research results. Mastering the art of table construction in LaTeX is therefore necessary to produce quality papers, and with sufficient practice one can print beautiful tables of any kind. So let us explore different features for generating tables in LaTeX. LaTeX has built-in support to typeset tables and provides two environments. They are tabular and table. In order to typeset materials in rows and columns, the tabular environment is required. The optional table environment is a container for floating material similar to figure into which a tabular environment may be included. We will explore the floating environment figure in the coming episode. The table environment contains the captions and it also defines float for the table, which means where in the document the table should be positioned. Whether it should be central aligned or left justified, etc. The captions and the label commands are used as in the same way as pictures. Here the caption is used to generate table captions. The label is used to refer the table in some other part of the document. As we mentioned, table in the LaTeX can be generated through a combination of the table environment and tabular environment. The table environment part contains the caption and it defines the float of our table. That is where it should be displayed. It should be central aligned or what. Here you can see a simple example. A table with 3 rows and 3 columns are displayed over here. How it is generated. And this is an article kind of document. We can see the begin document, begin, center, all these things. Here the tabular environment is placed within the center environment, which means the content within this environment is enclosed in a centralized manner. So here the tabular environment starts. We can see begin tabular and within the parenthesis 3 C's are placed. The tabular environment is the default LaTeX method to create tables. We must pass or we must specify parameter to this environment. Here we are specifying C, 3 C's. These are the parameters to the tabular environment, which tells the LaTeX that there are 3 columns and the text inside each should be central aligned. So these are the content of the table: cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, etc. Here each column is separated by using ampersand sign. So cell 1 ampersand, cell 2 ampersand, cell 3, which means these are displayed in 3 different cells. How do I get next row? I simply use 2 slashes. So if I use 2 slashes, the next content will be displayed in the second row. Cell 4 ampersand, cell 5 ampersand, cell 6, like that. Okay. So here the tabular environment ends. Please note that there is no border for this particular table. The tabular environment can be used to typeset tables with optional horizontal and vertical lines. Generally, in tables we have borders. See this? Here we have 8 rows and 2 columns. Each are separated with different lines. In order to get border in tables, we use horizontal and vertical lines. LaTeX determines the width of the column automatically. So this is the general syntax of a tabular environment. So begin tabular and we have an optional parameter position, followed by that the argument. This is a mandatory part, table specification, whether C, L or something like that. So if I am using L in the table specification, which means the content in the table should be left justified. So it is left justified column. C means centered column, R means right justified column. Like that you can also give P width, which means paragraph column with text vertically aligned at the top. And M width means the paragraph column with text vertically aligned in the middle. Then like that you have B width also. In order to get a single vertical line, we use single pipe symbol, vertical line. If we are using 2 symbols, it will display double vertical lines. We will see examples for all these options. See this example. This is the same code we familiarized just before. The only difference with the previous example is that here we used this vertical line symbol over here. This declares, this is an argument to the tabular environment. It declares that 3 columns separated by vertical line are going to be used in the table. Each C means that the contents of the column will be centered. See the contents, these are centrally aligned, centered. We can also use R to align the text in the right. If we are using L instead of R, the content will be left justified. So this is how we achieve vertical and horizontal lines in the table. Or we can also say this is how we add border to the table. See these symbol tables. Here different types of tables are displayed with different options. In the first table, tabular environment LCR, without using any vertical or horizontal line. So the table will be displayed like this. Coming to the second table, here I am using vertical lines in between. This is L is used for left justified, C is used for central aligned, and R for right justification. See the table will be, and the output will be like this. Please also remember that each cell are separated by ampersand symbol. See the fourth table. This is little bit different from the previous one. Here I am using vertical lines. Vertical lines are these two lines are displayed because of this two vertical pipe symbol between L and C and R. So there is no doubt with that. And how do I get these horizontal lines? For that I am using /hline command. So if I place /hline command in the beginning of the tabular environment or immediately after the tabular environment, I will get this particular line. Okay, and to display a horizontal line in the bottom part, I use hline over here. Please note that there are no horizontal lines in between different rows. Coming to the fourth example, and to the tabular command, I am passing different parameters. The first argument is pipe symbol before L. Because of this first line appears. Okay, and in between L, C and R, we are placing other horizontal vertical lines, and at the right part also I am using this particular symbol. So we will get a table, and to get other horizontal lines I am using /hline symbol. See this /hline, so it will display this particular line. Okay, and to display horizontal line between the first row I am using this particular hline, and for the next row I can use /hline after that content. Okay, so this is how we achieve table with borders. Coming to text wrapping. By default, if the text in a column is too wide for a page, LaTeX won't automatically wrap it. Using the p width, we can define a special type of column which will wrap around the text as in the normal paragraph. We can also pass the width using any unit supported by LaTeX such as PT, CM, etc. LaTeX algorithm for formatting tables have a few shortcomings. One is that it will not automatically wrap text in cells even if it overturns width of the page. So for columns that will contain text whose length exceeds the column's desired width, it is recommended that you must use the p attribute and specify the desired width of the column. Now we will see how text wrapping is achieved. See here two different tables are listed. The first one is without specifying the width for last column. These two tables are same. The only difference is that the last column, the summary column, the content of the summary column is wrapped for that particular column. And now we are going to see how text wrapping is achieved in a table. See the first table, and here the tabular environment is placed within the center environment. The vertical lines are displayed by using this command. and horizontal line is there. Day, minimum temperature, maximum temperature, and summary is there. All these are explained just before. And see, I am not using any command to wrap the text, so it is displayed like this. Okay, the contents are not completely displayed in the page. And coming to the second table, here it is displayed in a neat manner. The text is wrapped within the cell. How it is achieved? See this. See this here in the here for the last column I am using P 5 centimeter. So here we are defining width of 5 centimeter. So what happens is the first table has been cropped since the output is wider than the page width, but here it is wrapped because of this particular command. No other difference between these two tables. Now let us see how tables with fixed length is created. The table displayed here have 3 columns and 3 rows. Each column of these table are specified with fixed length. For that we use appropriate argument in the tabular environment. Here the parameter M5E sets a length of 5 EM for the first table and 1 centimeter for the other two tables. The aligning options are M for middle, P for top and B for bottom. When using these parameters, the text is automatically formatted to fit inside each cell. Another important requirement of table is merging of rows and columns. Combining rows and columns. Consider this table. Here in this table, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay. And all columns of the first row is merged. So this is the basic requirement while creating a table. Let us see how this can be achieved. Here rows and columns are merged to create larger table cells. For that we use multi-column command to merge several columns. Here I am using a package called multi-row to use the multi-column command. Now let us see each component of the command. Here multi-column for C country list. The argument for means number of columns to be combined is 4. See, we have 4 columns 1, 2, 3, 4. By using this argument, I am telling the compiler that the number of columns to be merged is 4. And next argument is C, the delimiters and alignment of the resulting cell. Here in this case, the text will be centered and vertical lines will be drawn in the side of the cell here and here. And next parameter, country list. This is the text to be displayed inside the cell. Country list. This is the text to be displayed in the merged cell. In order to combine the rows and columns, we need to use the multi-row package in the preamble section. And the other things are same. Okay, that is how we are merging the rows and columns. Now let us see how multi-page tables are created. If you have to insert a very long table which takes up to 2 or more pages in your document, we have to use long table package. So in this example, I am using /use package long table in the preamble section. And in the document part, I am using the long table environment. Okay, long table environment. Here I am using dummy content. And at the bottom part of the table, end long table command is used. So this is a long table which does not fit in a single page. And once you build the source page, you will get this output. Continuation of table. See this? Beginning of the table. Okay. Here the first row is merged by using the multi-column command. And by that you can see beginning of the table. These two columns are merged. And the next row is something else. So I am using horizontal line just before that. After that I am placing these contents separated by ampersand symbol. Then this is the heading. I am ending the first head. Then multi-column environment begins here. The behavior of long table is similar to the default tabular environment, but it generates tables that can be broken by different standard LaTeX page breaking algorithm. Here in the long table environment, we can see different elements also. First one is end first head. What does it mean? End first head means everything above this command will appear at the beginning of the table in the first page. This is similar to the repeat title in Excel command. So the something else will be displayed over in every page. Another component is slash end head. Whatever you put before this command and below end first head will be displayed at the top of the table in every page except first one. So here you can see continuation of table is displayed from the second page onwards. Continuation of table 1, continuation of table 1, like that. This is achieved by using slash end head command. And there is another element called slash end foot. It is similar to end head command. What you put after slash end foot and before this command will appear at the bottom of the table in every page except the last one. See this? The last component of this environment, end last foot. It is similar to end first head. The elements after end foot and before this command will be displayed at the bottom of the table, but only in the last page where the table appears. Here I am using the sentence end of table. So it is displayed at the last page, at the foot part of the table. So this is how we achieve long table. Now let us see how table element is positioned in a page. Positioning of table is easy if we are using in a table environment. See here I am using table environment over here. While compiling theses, journal articles, etc., it is a big headache to position the floating point elements, which means tables, graphs, and figures. So there are different arguments, there are different environment for placing these. In order to fit the table in particular position, we can use different options. So positioning a table is easy if they are inside a float table environment. Here in this example, I am using the table environment. And an argument h is passed to the table, which means place the table here. Let us see how it is achieved. The parameter h and there is an exclamation mark passed to the table environment declaration establishes that this table must be placed here. This table must be placed here. And it overrides the LaTeX defaults. LaTeX has its own algorithm to place tables and other floating elements in a default position, which can be at the bottom of the page or top of the page, etc. But if we are explicitly passing parameters like this, we will see other options also. It will override the default parameter. The positioning parameter that can be passed in includes h. It will place the table here approximately. Then if you are using t, it means position the table at the top of the page. And for b, we can use to position the table at the bottom of the page. And if I am using capital letter P, it put the table in a special page. It is available for table only, and all these options are available for figures also. And if I am using this symbol, it overrides the internal LaTeX parameter. Like that, you have capital H, centering, and slash. Here, this command adds an extra space to the cell. Other important topic with respect to table is captions. Tables can be captioned, labeled, and referenced by means of the table environment. See this example here. Here I have a table. At the bottom part of the table, the caption is displayed. Table 1, table to set captions and labels. How I achieve this? Let us examine the code here. I am using the table command, tabular environment. Here I am using different commands. See, after tabular environment, /caption command is used. This command sets the caption for the table. If you create a list of tables, this caption will be used there. You can place it above or below the table. The next argument is label table 1. If you need to reference the table within your document, we need to set a label with this command. The label will number the table, and when combined with the /ref command, it will allow you to reference it. See, here I am using the key table 1. This is the key of the label, and coming to let us see how it is included in the content part. See this line, table /ref table 1 is an example for a referenced LaTeX element, which means here in this place, this table, which means the table 1 is a reference to this particular table. While compiling the document, this /ref table 1 will be replaced with table number. See the displayed output. Here it is, table 1 is an example for a referenced LaTeX element. If I am using another table after this and using appropriate referencing label, the number will be incremented. So it will be table 2. Now, list of tables. This is an important requirement while creating thesis, book, etc. In order to create a list of tables, we need to use list of tables command. This is similar to the table of contents we have seen in the previous episode. While using the list of tables command, the captions of each table will be used to generate this list. For languages supported by Babel package, the title of the list will be list of tables. It will be translated accordingly. See this example. In the source part, I am simply using list of tables command. It will give you an output like this, list of tables. There are 2 tables in this document, so it will be displayed like this, list of tables. This is the caption for the first table, where it is coming from. This is the caption of this table 1, and this is the caption for the second table. It is the same sentence repeated over here, and the page number of that table is also displayed at the end of this entry. So it is very easy to generate list of tables in LaTeX. Dear friends, we have seen so many things related to tabular environment, how to create simple table, how vertical and horizontal lines are placed, then how captions are generated, then how tables can be referred in other part of the document. We use labels for that. If we have to display a table that doesn't fit in a single page, we can use long table environment, etc. So by that we are concluding today's class, and and use these examples to enrich your document. Okay, see you in the next class. Thank you.